we're going to talk about aging courageously. Let's talk about some of the things that we have learned as we have gotten older. One thing that I have learned is that families are a lot like pecan pie. A lot of nuts held together by a firm foundation. No matter what age we are, we all have those family issues. I've also learned that opinions mean nothing if we use them to harm others. You know, life is short. We've got to smile while we still have teeth. Because between diapers, dates, and depends, I promise you it's a quick trip. Many of us walked in today, and when you walked in here today, you brought with you something. Maybe what you brought with you was an unexpected illness or death. Maybe what you brought with you was a marriage crisis. Maybe what you brought with you was loneliness, disappointment, or maybe what you brought with you was a rebellious child. You know, ladies, I have learned that whether they are 3, 13, 33, or 53, they are still our children. And if you brought with you in your heart a rebellious child to this conference, I want to take a moment and let's go back to the Garden of Eden, where it was the perfect place and the perfect home and the perfect parent. And yet the children still rebelled. God understands the heart of a parent whose children have broken theirs. The toughest part of getting older is that even in the midst of our battles, life still goes on. In the midst of life going on, life can make us two things. It can make us a chronic complainer, or it can make us a conqueror through Christ who gives us strength. I want to be a conqueror regardless of what's going on in my life. You know, the battle may rage all around us. It doesn't mean it has to rage in us. John 10:10 tells us, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that you may have life to the fullest. And I realize that many of you are looking at the Lord and you are saying, Lord, is this really life to the fullest? And He looks at you and He says, but those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will soar on wings as eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. My friends, we cannot soar on wings as eagles if we keep waking up feeling like a chicken nugget. We just can't. So I never want to give up on looking for life to the fullest. Never give in. Never give up, because we're going to give it all we've got. Look at your hands for a moment. Yes, your aging hands. For many of you, you look at your hands and you see your mama's hands. If these hands are an outward sign of our heart, an outward sign of our heart, if these hands are an outward sign of our heart, can anyone see love in them? Because these hands are capable of lifting a chin, wiping a tear, high-fiving someone who needs encouragement. These hands are capable of hugging someone. These hands are so capable of cooking a meal for someone whose life is not going as planned. Can anyone see love in yours, my friends? Let's choose, as we get older, to be courageous conquerors with hands full of faith. Some people will say, I think you should age gracefully. I think not. Let's age boldly, courageously, seizing life with both hands and riding it out. Never giving up, never giving in, but giving it all we've got, so that on that day, when God calls us home, and He will, we will slide into home base in a cloud of dust, weary, tired, and so worn out. But as we look up into the eyes of our Savior, He will say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You finished strong." Ladies, if I can just remind you that in the end, we win. And that's something to smile about.